A warm welcome to all the viewers for the course Advanced Manufacturing Technology, AME 702. Myself Thea Pal, Assistant Professor of Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today going to give a lecture on Automatically Programmed Tool, which is very commonly known as APT. Well, already in the module of 3, that is regarding about NC and CNC machine, already in my previous lecture I have already explained you how to write a part program, but there we have learned some different language, that is the G code and M code. Well, in my previous lecture I have also explained you about the numerical control machine, computer numerical control machine, direct numerical control machine, and I have also mentioned that why we are going for the computer numerical control machine with respect to special purpose machine, that is the conventional machining. Well, languages are various types of there which are used to write a part program. So in the previous lecture I have already explained what is the function of G code, what is the function of M code, and how to write the format in G code language. So today we are going to discuss some different language, and it is a very common language that has been preferred for computer numerical control machine, which is commonly known as Automatically Programmed Tool, or it is also known as APT. But before we go through the lecture, it is very essential for us to have a look for the content. So without any further delay, let's have a look for the content. So initially we will be starting with the introduction of Automatically Programmed Tool. I mean to say, what is the importance of Automatically Programmed Tool, how it is implemented, we are going to discuss in the first lecture. Then we are going to talk about the sequence of activities that is required to computer assisted part programming, and then we will be discussing the computer task in computer assisted part programming. So basically this part APT will be consisting of two part of lecture. So this 3 point we are going to cover up in part 1 lecture, and next in the part 2 lecture we are going to cover up the part programmer job, the defining the part geometry, and specify the tool path and operation sequence also. This will be for part 2 lecture. Okay. So without any further delay, let's move to the next slide where we are going to discuss about Automatically Programmed Tool. Well, the parts which was discussed in my previous lecture were not so complex. They only required a very few number of instruction or sequence of operations. However, most of the part machine on conventional NC are much more complex. Hence, the manual part programmer become lengthy and very tedious in terms of defining parameters. Next, if I talk about computer aided part programming, which is very commonly known as CAPP, basically offer solution to this type of complex programs. It makes use of repeated patterns of event which occur offensially on most of the engineering components. The part programmer is not required to learn about the specific coding formats of different NC machine tool, but has to learn a NC programming language which is independent of an NC machine. Now, with the advent programming language, the job of the part programmer has also reduced too. And basically the definition of the part geometry of the workpiece, it is not required. Then it has also reduced the sequence of the operation and tool path. But the job of computer in CAP consists of the following step. So if I consider the step, then first step that has to be kept in mind, that is input translation. Number 2, arithmetic calculation. Arithmetic calculation. Number 3, Carter offset computation. Number 4, post processor. So you can see that if the job of the computer in CAP is required, then it has to go through this following 4 portion. First of all, input translation. Second is arithmetic calculation. Third is Carter offset computation, and fourth is post processor. Now, if I look about the automatically part programming tool or automatically programmed tool, then I must say that is manual part programming is basically time consuming. It is tedious and subject to human error for complex job. But if machine instructions are written in English-like statement and that are translated by the computer into the low-level machine code of the MCU, and most important thing is that it is used for more complex job. So the preference for automatically part programming is none other than due to the complexity of job, and very easy English statement language is used to give instruction to the machine, which is further converted into the lower level machine language code by the MCU. Now, if I talk about the APT, then the various tasks in computer assisted part are divided between the human part programmer and of course the computer. So the task has been divided between them because the human part programmer is basically writing the English statement and the computer is transferring or translating or converting this language to the machine language with the help of machine control unit. Now you just have a look. You can see already it has been classified by the part programmer job also. And what is the job of a computer? It has been illustrated in a very proper manner. So let's have a look here. The part programmer job, his first function is to define the part geometry. Second task is to define the tool path and operation sequence. I mean to say through which path the cutter will move, after which operation must be carried out to get the desired product. Everything will be defined by this particular operator sequence. Next, it will specify other functions also like speed, feed, etc. So whenever you are running any machine, it is very essential for the machine also to know that at which speed it is going to perform the operation. What must be the feed that has to be given while removing the material. So this thing has been decided by the part programmer only. So basically if I come to a summary for a part programmer job, then his initial task is to define the part geometry, then to define the tool path and operation sequence, and then to specify other functions, that is speed, feed, etc. Now let's come to the job of a computer. So after getting all the instruction from the part programmer, the first job of a computer is to translation. That is input translation, it is occurring. Next, Arithmetic and cutter offset calculation is also done by the computer. Next, editing phase is also there. And after performing the entire thing, some post processes are allotted to get the desired product. So you are getting here the final product. Okay, so you can see how rapidly manner the part programmer job has been decided as well as computer job has been decided. So now if I come to the sequence of activities which are associated with computer assisted part programming, then I must say that the job basically start with the part programmer who define the part geometry of the product, then define the tool path and operation sequence, then it define the specify the other functions like speed, feed, etc. And if we talk about the job of a computer, its first task is to perform the input translation, then arithmetic and copper compensation is incorporated, later it edit the phase, and if post processes are required then it perform it, and then finally it helps to get the desired product. So this is the sequence of activities that is performed or it has been considered for computer assisted part programming. Now we are going to discuss about the computer task in computer assisted part programming. Well, if I talk about the input translation, what do you mean by input translation? Basically, it converts the code of instruction in the part program into computer usable form. Now next we are talking about the arithmetic and cutter offset computation. So if I talk about the arithmetic and cutter offset computation, its basic function is to perform the mathematical computation to define the part surface and generate the tool path, including cutter offset compensation, which is very commonly known as CL file. Next we will be talking about the editing. It basically provides readable data on cutter locations and machine tool operation commands, which is also known as CL data. So editing is none other than providing readable data on cutter locations and machine tool operation commands. Next, it is talking about the post processing. Now post processing is basically converts the CL data into low level code that can be interpreted by the machine control unit. So now the post processing is the CL data that has been achieved from the editing portion. It basically converts it into low level code and that can be interpreted by the machine control unit. Now again we are talking about the part programmer job. So basically they perform the two main tasks. First of all, it defines the part geometry, and second of all it specifies the tool path and the operation. Now if you look at a basic difference between a manual and a CAP system, then I must say a computer program which is known as post processor basically generates a long series of coordinate value which define the path that has to be followed by the cutter tool. Now what is the main advantage of using computer aided part programming? So we are going to discuss about this right now. So if I consider the main advantages of using computer aided part programming, then I must say the first thing is that it saves time in making long part program. First of all, again I would like to repeat, it saves time in making long part program. Second of all, simplifying the part programming procedure. Thirdly, it is less error. Fourthly, it automatically generates the code. Fifthly, sometimes some machine also provide the facility to give optimum path which should be followed to take lesser time. Sixthly, also a graphical plot of the path is sometimes shown also. Seventhly, no need to learn machine dependent part programming language. And eighthly, programming language have English like statement. So when you are using a English like statement, it is very user friendly. Just you have to give the command and it has been already converted into programming language by the machine control unit. So there are many types of part programming language with available, or I must say computer aided part programming assisting in preparing to control the tape also. So these are translated by the post processor or simply by the processor. So you can see the job of a part programmer is mainly to task the program, that is to define the part program or part geometry, and to specify the tool path and job operation. Next, before getting into the defining the part geometry, I would like to add one thing here with this, that is there are different types of language or languages which are available for numerical control programming. Now if I talk about the various languages, consider various languages. Then first of all, I would like to talk about the APT. Second of all, I would like to talk about AD, APT. Now AD, APT is what? Adaptation of APT. It is adaptation of APT. Third language that has been preferred is AutoMap. It is AutoMap. Fourth of all, it is also known as XAPT. XAPT. It is the extended subset of APT programming. Next language is Prompt. So these are the various languages that are preferred while writing a program. So our concern is related to the APT language. So we are going to study about only APT programming. Okay. So now slowly we have entered how to write the APT programming. But before going with the defining the part geometry, it is always essential for us to know about the APT programming sequence. So if I consider that there must be approximately 400 words in APT vocabulary, and the operation of developing a program in APT have some following sequential steps. So if I consider the steps, then the first thing is that labeling the part. What is labeling the part? That is the part on the drawing is basically divided into some basic geometric element like lines, plane and circle. Now different elements are given different label and their name, and these elements are also needed to be specified by their Cartesian coordinate also. So if I talk about labeling the part, then I must say that is the part on the drawing is divided into some basic geometrical element which can be line, which can be plane, which can be circle. Different elements are given different labels and names also. Now these elements are also needed to be specified by their Cartesian coordinates. Now second of all, preparing the program manuscript. So before we get into the point regarding all these geometrical element, it is very essential for us to know how to prepare the program manuscript. Now the program in APT is basically transferred or manuscript paper. Now the four types of instruction which are written in a program, it consists of general information. So initially it consists of general information which is used to identify the part such as part number, diameter of the cutter tool, with cutter, then slash, you are going to give the diameter value, that is 0.9 or 0.8, whatever may be the value you are going to provide it. And this type of information is required by post processor for calculation and identifying the purpose, which is coming under miscellaneous information. And for that you can use the command no post CLR-PRNT, int TOL, out TOL, which are very common statement under this category. Next we will be talking about the geometrical statement. As we have seen here, the geometrical statement that basically defines the geometry of the tool movement with reference to the work part. And the starting of this statement is from defining points by point statement. So if you define the point, you are going to use point statement. So right now you can see P4 is basically defining the point, and to define this particular point it has used the point statement. Then it has been given the value for x, and this has been given the value for y, and z is 0 means depth of cut has been given 0. So if this is a plane you are considering, so if this is the point, then this is the what from the origin. If I talk about from the origin, it is defining the distance of x, and this is the distance of y for this particular point. Clear? So to define a point P4, they have used the term POINT, point. Now if I talk about defining the line, that means it is telling line, L-I-N-E. So line means if this is one point P1, this is the line, it has been drawn between the point P2. So P1 is there and this is P2. So the line has been drawn between P1 and P2. That's why it is defining line. That's why it is defining line which has been represented by L1. And it has been told that line L-I-N-E slash P1 comma P2. So when P1 comma P2, you are going to give the value for the P1 also and P2 point also, so that they can draw a line from P1 to P2. Now example, if you are talking about the circle, you know this is a circle, it has got some center, isn't it? So this center is also one point, and this center, when it has been done, it is drawing a circle with some radius which is denoted by R. So this is the thing, to draw a circle C1, you are first initially writing the circle, that you need to draw a circle slash center, means you are providing the center point also. Now this center point is defined by a point value which is considered as P8, and you have given the radius of how much? 30. Now this is in metric code, so it means 30 millimeter. It has been given as the radius. So from this particular point, considering 30 millimeter radius, it is going to draw a circle. So this is how geometrical statement is defined in APT programming. Next we are going to talk about the movement statement. Movement statement means basically directing the sequence of movement of tool for following a particular path. Next we can also talk about the auxiliary statement, which is used for setting speed, feed, tool change, etc. As in the previous lecture, I have already discussed about the G code, M code. There also we have used some miscellaneous programming language, which is very commonly known as M code. Now this M code is none other than your coolant on, coolant off, spindle on, spindle off. Spindle is rotating in clockwise direction or it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So there they was represented by miscellaneous function, which is very commonly known as M code. But for APT language, we are using some auxiliary statement which already defined us about the setting speed, feed, tool change. Now the most important thing is that basically the program either typed with the keyboard or the computer punch card or tape, and in some cases the computer produced the computer tool position. Again if I talk, then I must say the final computer output after the post processing is also given on magnetic tape or punch card also. And this magnetic tape or punch cards are fed into the reader unit of machine to start the machining. So you can see that how, in which manner basically this APT programming sequence has been mentioned or it has been followed to get a desired output from this particular programming language to carry out the machining process. Now as we are talking about the APT programming sequence, then I must say that the syntax rule for APT are very near to FORTRAN, Fortran language. Basically this Fortran language uses alphabet from A to Z and numerical from 0 to 9. So if you want to write this program, you should be aware of Fortran languages. I mean to say the APT language basically follow or it is near to Fortran languages, where the statement is basically represented by the alphabet from A to Z and numerical from 0 to 9. So special symbols are also used. For example, small f, which is used sometimes for separating a single statement into two parts. Then you are using comma. This is used for separating different entities. Suppose you are using open bracket and close bracket. This is used for nested definition. So when you are performing any operation in a nested definition, you have to use open bracket and close bracket. Now if I talk about the arithmetic operations or operator, then we are going to use plus symbol for addition purpose, minus symbol for subtraction. You are using star for multiplication, and you are using slash for division. You are using double asterisk for exponential. So these are the symbol, or these are the I must say single statement. You are going to separate a single statement to two parts by using this type of single statement. Now if you want to represent the symbol which is used to define geometric element, as we are talking about the part geometry, so here I am telling that if you want to use a symbol which is going to define the geometric element, then for point you are going to use POINT, for line you are going to use LINE, for circle you are going to use CIRCLE, for plane you are going to use PLANE. If you want to define the center, then you are going to use CENTER, and if you want to define the radius, then you are going to use RADIUS. So you can see these all statements are basically what? Some English statement. But this statement is defining some message to the computer that you need to do this particular machining or to the machine. So here in APT we are using a very common language, that is the English statement, to define the entire programming. So you can see how easily you can write the statement. So here we comes to the conclusion where it is telling that how to write the sequence of the part programming by using this common language. And we have also mentioned in this particular lecture about the part geometry definitions also, that actually which language we are going to prefer. Now here I end the first part of the APT lecture. In the second part we will be further discussing about the part geometry definition in APT in details. So where we are going to explain how to define a point, how to define a line, how to define a circle, how to define a plane, how to define a center, and how to mention the radius. So please stay connected with the channel, and if you have liked the lecture, then kindly like the lecture and the video, as well as subscribe my channel so that in the next lecture I can provide you the entire details of the automatically programmed tools, which is very commonly known as APT. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you very much.